Hospital beds are almost full in many parts of the region, and cases of RSV, flu, and COVID expected to only increase after big gatherings and holiday travel. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joins us in the newsroom. Daniel, experts say that we haven't reached the peak of cases.
Well, Mark, we're not expecting to get to the levels of, say, where we were during Omicron and Delta peaks of COVID in particular, but the virus is surging, so the best advice is to stay vigilant and get tested if you need. With so many families concerned about viruses spreading, the holidays look different for some.
We did precaution for holidays, not many people at home, just 3-4 people.
I was hoping to have the holidays with both of my sons. One came all the way from San Diego, and we're just today going to be able to connect with his younger brother because he's had COVID.
Maryland is seeing the highest number of COVID patients since the middle of February.
With about 800 COVID patients, that's a little more than 10% of all patients in our hospitals, and our hospital beds are about 92% full.
In D.C., 74% of adult hospital beds are taken and 72% of pediatric beds. 7 to 8% of that is COVID.
It's bound to happen. Even with high vaccination rates, the virus can still transmit to some people, especially vulnerable people.
With scenes like this in airports across the country, close quarters means COVID and other respiratory viruses can travel easily.
It is putting a strain on our hospitals, and it is somewhat preventable. And here we have New Year's coming, and so people should be careful.
Bob Atlas, president and CEO of the Maryland Hospital Association, says RSV cases seem to have slowed down somewhat, but flu cases remain extremely high. Doctors suggest wearing a mask in crowds.
It just seems like a sensible, respectful thing to do for myself and society.
And only go to an emergency room if it's a true emergency.
Our hospitals are handling it as they always have. By comparison, at the peak of the Omicron wave, we were above 3,400 COVID inpatients in our hospitals. That was a real crisis.
Now, keep in mind, you can still get free COVID tests from the federal government online, shipped through the United States Postal Service. Most insurance carriers also cover free tests that you can pick up at your local pharmacy. In the newsroom, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.